Hello everyone, I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Last episode, we went and completed finding the information we needed from Bakarna's observatory. Also, we fought, Consul Hot again. Somehow he managed to get away, reformed himself, and we took him down again. His skull is now in our backpack again. Now, we've got things to turn in. Let's start with Queensbirth. We've got Sansa's Map Emporium to start in. We need to let him know, hey, we found the islands we were looking for, the uncharted ones. We just kind of stumbled upon them.
Welcome back, welcome back. How might I assist you?
I've got some material for your book.
We're so close. There's only one corner of the map left.
Sansa fusses briefly with his pockets, then his belt, before handing you a bulging coin purse.
Only it's for good reason. The waters in those parts are... Well, this region is probably why I had so much trouble finding help before you came along. Time to set out for the Razai Passage, out to the northwest. There are several islands out there nobody's done more than Ogolat from afar. I know you can do better.
Got it, northwest.
I'll be waiting.
We can work on that. Should be easy. And hey, we've got a bunch of level ups, starting with me. Point in athletics sounds fine, and I'll put another into insight. And then I am going to take, I don't know what. Power Strike? I could go with Conqueror Stand. I need to switch these out. I never really change these. Yeah, I never bother with them, really. I'll give him Penetrating Strike. That might actually prove useful. It's late that I'm taking it, but it could be useful. Go with 10 for Explosives, and... Point and Intimidate. And you've already got that one. What is different with you? I'm honestly not sure. I should have taken one of those. Yeah, I don't think you need another weapon set, really. I'll give you Power Strike. See how that goes. And Jyoti, you'll take a point in Arcana and a point in History. And you will take... Honestly, not really sure. Spell Shaping I'm not going to bother with. Cast ranged spells over long... Yeah, you know what? Far casting. Maybe it'll help. Okay, moving on. Now we've got someone over by the Valiant Trading Company to turn quests into. Thankfully, we don't need to go into the Valiant Trading Company.
I noticed the Juana got a lot of statues of Andra.
Akara, Mother Ngati is much beloved.
That doesn't bother you?
Should it? What say?
Well, if everybody in my village had a naked statue of my mama, I'd be knocking on doors and making threats.
I mean, it's a little different in this case.
Ak, my little privateer. You have news for me?
I do. I dealt with Veen.
Perfetto. A pirate deserves no better send-off than a watery tomb. But you did not just come to deliver good news. You came for work, Ak.
Any other bounties?
You've done well for the company. My last target is Desiwa the Shark, a Rawatayam Kasita who we suspect of intimidating survey ships.
I'll take the bounty.
Gelarde. Desiwa sails the Dao Blacktip in the waters south of Sayuka.
Alright, that's one we'll be able to take care of relatively easily. We'll deal with the wild mare later. Well, we'll deal with some in tavern later so we can deal with getting everyone set up. For now, I'm gonna focus on getting all the quests in. And I believe next we need to go to the Citadel. You have a bounty for that. Radulf. Okay, Radulf, Fleetmaster Wakoyo. So that'll be the Fleetmaster's office in the Citadel. Fleetmaster's office, there we go. Then we'll go to Pariki's Overlook and then Serpent's Crown. That seems to be like the best way we'll go about it. Fleetmaster Wakoyo.
My favorite privateer. Clear skies.
Good news, I dealt with Radulf.
Then let us content ourselves that some small corner of the archipelago is safe from Valian excess. Our work is unfinished, privateer. Are you ready to hunt anew?
Indeed, what do you have?
Captain, your final target is Barunga, a Hawana captain of many seasons. She is known for bending nature to her will and pursuing her foes with relentless fury.
Good news, I've already dealt with Barunga.
It is satisfying to see one of our island cousins humbled for a change. May the others take this as an example. Privateer, you served Rauatai with distinction. No more could possibly be asked of you.
Wakoyo snaps his arms over his chest, his lip quivering with pride. It's been a pleasure, Wakoyo. And thank you for the money. Alright, next we need to head to Arkemir. Can make our way over this way.
So if things had played out different, you might have grown up here.
True. Good thing my parents had the sense to leave.
And you'd be worrying about what the trading companies were doing, setting up down here.
No offense, but I try not to live with a bunch of ifs trailing in my wake.
You know what? That's perfectly fine, Maya. Perfectly understandable. Alright, up to Pariki's Overlook to Arkamir's Manor. And there we are. We gotta go in here to report in on completing the quest.
If you require directions to Bakarna's observatory, look to your sextant.
So, Bakarna, I found this old almanac in an orrery. Look familiar?
You did you? That does rather defeat the purpose of absolution.
Arkamir tugs on his lower lip and scrutinizes you.
So be it. Follow me down to the scrying pool.
Okay, then. Downstairs to the scrying pool. On it. Oh, you leveled up. Point in Arcana and a point in Metaphysics. Those are good things to have. And you get 2 more items. Okay. Can do Great Soul. You have Wall of Frost. We can do Avenging Storm. The druid becomes a conduit for the power of storm. Any target they strike with a weapon or who strikes them with a weapon is attacked by a bolt of lightning. Powerful. Shifting attack results after against the target from hits to crits. Regenerate. Revive a fallen ally and grant them robust. Yes. Cannot take fire stag. I think Avenging Storm also sounds very interesting. So definitely gonna take that. And it doesn't feel right to change to these because he doesn't use the shifting very much. Oh god, he wants one of these. Alright, you have club. Oh, you've also got quarterstaff. Something slashy. Have an S-Dock. Sure. I give them their weapons. They have their specific weapon of choice. Why would I change their weapon of choice? scrying pool is right down here. Fortunately, we've already been through this place and looted everything, so we don't need to worry about that. And you guys don't care. Because we're allowed down here. Archimir's eyes are closed in deep concentration, his attention entirely focused on the glowing pool in front of him. Archimir gestures down at the scrying pool. You peer into the waters. Dark silhouettes sit arrayed in a circle, and the surface of the pool ripples in tune with muted voices carrying from below. Knock on the surface of the water. All the seated figures turn to you at once, their faces obscured by hoods. One of them makes an impatient beckoning gesture. Oh, so we're drowning ourselves. Got it. Dip your face in the water. No sooner does your skin break the surface tension than you feel a breeze of warm air. You are peering into a stone chamber ringed with braziers and tapestries as you would an open window. Robed men and women clutch the armrests of their thrones. Water drips down your chin. The other Archmagi seem for the moment unfazed by your presence. An Amawa folds her arms and stares down another woman who keeps her fists balled at her sides. Ooze drips from the sleeves of the Amawa's robes and pools at the floor. You mistake the matter, Calacoth. My curiosity and perusal are not endorsements of her research. Maura nods with an air of boredom. Bakarna won't suddenly be vindicated by the likes of us having simply read her work. Something green and twisted wriggles under the table. Calacoth points down and a flash of light incinerates it on the spot, filling the room with a stench of overcooked snails. A suppressed chuckle carries over the silence that follows. You're a slippery fiend, Maura. Some of us refuse to taint our reason with the half-wit conclusions of circle rejects. And keep the slugs to yourself. Calacoth grits her teeth. The Circle of Archmagi. It's an honor. I would apologize that you aren't seeing us at our best form, but this seems about right. Maura waves from her seat at the table. Apologies also that Calacoth is holding up the meeting with one of her moods. We would get started if she would banish the thing enamored with my ankles. Calacoth points an accusing finger at Maura. I swear, she beats me at every turn, Archimir. You called this conclave. I hope you're ready to impose some bedamned courtesy. Maura, your pets can wait outside. Archimir waits patiently as Maura makes a shooing gesture. A wet, slurping sound echoes in the hall, and something dark and large makes its way toward an exit. If we're ready to speak rationally, our patience is about to be rewarded. He strokes his beard and sighs, inviting you to speak. I bid greetings to the circle. Tane winks across at you. An echo of manners for a change. Archimir, you've had eyes on the Deadfire for some time. Oh, sorry. Archimir, you've had eyes on the Deadfire for some time. Is this gathering necessary? Lengrath coughs into her palm, producing a cloud of smoke that blurs the air around her. Did you not ask me the same question last week? Archimir grimaces across the table. That was an acolyte of Lengrath. The real one sits before you at present, but one is as good as another. Nina Galth massages his brow with both hands. This posturing is without value or reason. Get on with it, old man. I was about to do exactly that. The Archmage nods and clears his throat, elbowing you out of the way so that his face commands the scrying pool. Bakarna was no Archmage, but we all agree that she was on the cusp of a breakthrough before her unfortunate disappearance. Archimir takes the book from you and licks his finger as he begins to turn pages. Why did you never officially recognize her? Her studies had no merit. They yielded nothing of interest or relevance. Until today. Archimir raises an eyebrow. Be that as it may, someone did not wish for this breakthrough to occur. For that alone, we have good reason to seek knowledge of her amateurish, if enthusiastic, research. Archimere's eyebrows form a steep triangle as he arrives at a page of mathematical figures and coordinates. Someone? Have a culprit in mind, do you? When several gazes turn to you and several mouths open to speak up, Archimere silences them all in turn with a loud clearing of his throat. It would seem she arrived at one of our conclusions. A river of soul energy flows through the Deadfire. And yet she traced the path of the river while we only speculated on its existence. Archimere pulls on his beard and squints down at the almanac. Where does it go? Archimere sets the book aside and pulls out a vellum map of the Deadfire. He traces his finger from the shallows of the Great Reef northward. Where it goes is not my immediate concern. I am occupied by who presently follows it. The path of Aothus is winding, but unerringly intentional. His finger begins to stray east. He pauses on open ocean, his brow furrowed. Could that be... Tane leans forward, trailing off as he cranes his neck for a glance at the parchment. Suddenly, all of the attention shifts back to you. I think we've taken more than our share of the Watcher's time, unless there are any final questions. Unblinking, Archimere lifts his brow and waits, your dismissal hovering on his tongue. Why was Consulhot so interested in this? Are you keeping secrets from us, old man? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Minoletta rests her chin on her fist and fixes Archimere with a severe glare. It wasn't of immediate pertinence. Besides, Consulhot has been dispatched yet again, esteemed mistress of missiles. Archimere favors Minoletta with a stiff bow. Your flattery has gone stale. To address the Watcher, I imagine that Consulhot wished to sustain his wicked existence on a font of essence, but you kindly put a stop to that. Minoletta nods, favoring you with the smile that she denied Archimere. You're holding something back. What is it? Archimere takes in the other members of the circle. Their responses are myriad. Some shake their heads, others shrug, and others still lean back in their chairs and wait to see how it plays out. Better that I remain silent on the matter. If we wish to invite you into our confidence, you would surely know of it. So I don't get to hear the rest. Are you a member of the Circle? I hope you don't think we would divulge our secrets to a mere mercenary. Archimere's gaze hardens, and a self-congratulatory smile cleaves his face. You are not entitled to everything I own, burglar. Can I join the circle? You would ask this after robbing my manor showed you the decency to spare your life? Archimere turns to you, his expression pale and affronted. Around the table of Arch-Magi, someone chokes on a sip of wine. Absolutely not. Will there be anything further? Archimere waves his hand, the matter closed. I mean, I'm not exactly a mage, so nothing further, Arch-Magi. Here, baubles for your service. Not that you deserve them. Consider your debt repaid with interest. Archimere turns back to the circle and pointedly ignores you. Archimere's illuminating discoveries. We'll look at that.
Yes?
I have questions about you. Oh, we can ask a few questions. Tell me about yourself.
I'm a member of the Circle of Arch-Magi, for better or worse. And yet I had to open a shop to make up the exorbitant cost of relocating my estate across the known world.
Why settle down in Nekataka?
Why, indeed. The Circle is invested in the region, and someone must oversee it all at once. I drew the short straw for this unfortunate decade.
And why did you bind imps into servitude?
Their antics amuse me, and I have no patience for the shortcomings of supposedly intelligent kith. Next question. More.
Alright, farewell. Okay, so we got Archimere's illuminating discoveries. So this has all of the Archimere's spells. Dazzling Lights, Wondrous Torment. Interesting. Brilliant Departure. Relocate to a target location and become invisible. Capricious Hex. And that's all we got there. Meh. Okay. So, we can move on then. Now we need to go up to, Serpent's Crown to turn in 2 quests there, I believe. Let me double check. Nungata and Serpent's Crown. Yes, I remember them. You I still need to do. The Razai Passage is high level. We'll come to that later on, I guess. We have plenty of other quests that we can take care of. Looks like Sayuka is where we might be going next. Meet Widla at the rendezvous location. Right. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. We're gonna need her and... not gonna have much in the way of mages this time. And that's in Lifter's Refuge, which is gonna be another thing. So, yeah. I know exactly where to go. We can leave here. Out into Pariki's Overlook, and from here we'll head to the northeast exit. This away. And I do remember who exactly we're turning the bounty into specifically. Alright, Serpent's Crown. Go to Serpent's Crown specifically. We're gonna need to go to the northwest part. Because that's where the person we're turning it into is. Way up here. Then we'll go into Serpent's Crown and turn in that quest. Sometimes it's nice to have easy runs like this. And here we are. Nungata, there you are.
What say? Hunter.
So, Visali won't be slithering out of this one.
Snakes are difficult clients, I say. But I think mine will be very satisfied.
She accepts the head and sniffs before holding it at arm's length.
Good work, Hunter. You must be in good health to survive Visali's poison.
Yeah, it was a bit of a hard fight. Any others?
I have an unusual challenge, seeing as the target is already dead. They call him the Steel Preacher. In life, he was a devout Magranite with a pet construct. Rather than accepting death and passing through Tangaloa's jaws, he paid an animancer to stuff his soul inside his metal pet. Now he is a metal terror, purifying travelers in flame.
I see.
The trail of his destruction ends on an isle due south of Fort Deadlight.
Oh! I'll return with whatever passes for his head. South of Fort Deadlight. We've been to that area. We just haven't cleared it out. So we gotta find him and deal with him. I didn't realize we missed him. We'll have to take care of him later. Alright, so, he's in the lower floor, not the upper floor. My mistake. And now we can talk to the prince. This way. Prince, I have wonderful news.
Do not leave me in suspense, I say. Have you found Matario Cozy?
Your expedition never made it off of Matario Cozy. I'm sorry.
I sent good women and men to die in the name of the tribes and in the vague hope. May Ngati thank them for their courage and Wodaka for their loyalty. May they return to us as Rangas.
Aruahi raises a shaking hand to touch his lowered brow.
What of their findings, Watcher? Did they recover anything? Anything about Ukaizo?
I did. I found this ancient Huana navigational chart. The prince accepts the chart in silence, holding it up to the light and poring over every detail with interest. His hands tremble as he holds the paper.
An unusual accounting of the Isles, I say. each one measured in relation to.
His finger drifts up to the sigil of Ukaizo. Aruhi nods. Do you have what you need to find it?
If I did, my sister would hold a parade in your honor. Ngati is one to throw obstacles in our path, but I say that an outdated chart is better than none at all.
Grinning all the while, Aruhi rolls up the parchment and tosses you a heavy pouch of coins. Sailing uncharted waters isn't cheap.
Ikera, here, for your expenses.
He tosses you a lighter pouch.
When we know enough, my sister will finance a fleet-wide search. Not for breadcrumbs, but lost Ukaizo.
I had some trouble with the Royal Deadfire Company on the open sea.
Ikera, they will not let you escape with what they could so easily steal.
Prince Aruhi murmurs under his breath.
But will they not find the original chart as unprotected as a Reparo food pile?
Assuming they survived the jungle. Probably.
I expected better judgment from an agent of the crown.
Aruhi folds his arms and presses the bridge of his nose.
Even with the help of the gods, our task was unlikely before these complications, I say.
That said, the bark cloth was a message from the Wahaki to deter any visitors.
For what do they protect Matario Kozi, when its knowledge could help all Huana? One day, I will have words with their Ranga to settle our differences.
Nothing more to report, Your Highness.
This is much to learn in a day, even for this warrior.
Haruhi touches his brow and considers.
I sent the expedition to their fate, and those who followed. Death is on my conscience this day.
He lifts his gaze to meet yours. She's never far from mine, either.
May all who fell on Matario Kozi slip through the eel's jaws. Huana, an outsider alike.
Sighing, Aruhi bows his head.
But on to brighter times, I say. If Ukaizo can be found, then so too will the hopes of our people be made manifest.
His mask of grief breaks under the pull of a broad smile.
Too much has happened for you to waste words with the royal brother. From now on, you work with Onikaza as an honored guest of her rooftop garden. Only, be kind to her cats.
Of course. Been a pleasure working with you.
You say this now, but Onikaza pays better than her royal pinch fist of a brother. May the wind caress your sail.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Captain, a word?
What's on your mind, Takehu?
You came to the Deadfire for your own reasons. The problems of others, they must be noisy obstacles by comparison. We both know the burden of being looked to as a source of hope. What say?
I don't make light of the trust others place in me.
Well, then you have the distinction of being more generous than Ngati's chosen.
Letting out a sigh and planting his hands on his hips, Takehu grins with deep satisfaction. He locks his eyes with yours and makes no move to break the contact. You look like you want to get something off your chest.
Ikera, just so. All the powers of the Deadfire have their eyes on the Watcher of Cadnua. Tell me, is the Watcher watching anyone?
He tips his head coyly to the side, letting his hair drape down with a moist swish. No one at the moment.
To be between lovers is a terrible thing, unless one is physically between them, I say. Captain, I would speak plainly. Are you as excited by the possible? What I mean is, if we were to...
Takehu clears his throat and studies you, his eyes wide and imploring. I'm flattered, Takehu, but let's not go any further.
Ikera, I forgive this reckless fish for testing the waters. I will bother you no more.
Shrugging, he opens his palms by his sides, his smile uninterrupted and in every way unconcerned. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not gonna go for that. Okay, so... well, we have managed to accomplish something there. We're not fully done, because we need to actually, get our people straightened out and leveled and everything.
Maya, do you recall the tales or songs of your tribe?
No. I was a hatchling when I left the Deadfire.
Oh, I thought perhaps...
This isn't story time, fish boy. Don't make me send a Shiza after your eyes.
Oof. Bit brutal there. Not sure if I'd put it that way, but okay. Alright, south exit. We'll take this over to the inn in Queen's Birth. The Wild Mare. And I think I'm going to have to end this episode here. It's gone on about as long as episodes usually go. So, next episode, we're going to actually take care of all the gear we have and turn all these things in. Ooh, doing nice damage. And you've only done it to 2. Ugh, you're gonna need to do a lot more there. But yeah. Next episode is going to be the time where we start putting things into people's hands and gearing everyone up. This is going to be a thing. And then selling all the loot for a large amount of money. We have quite a bit to do. Then we're going to head over to take care of to turn in the bounty we have in the west. Go south and take care of the other quest we have down there that I apparently missed. It's probably too high level at the time. And then probably make our way towards completing Sayuka, which is going to be interesting because we're not going to have a mage there. We're going to be having Maya and Seraphin. That'll be interesting. But that'll all be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44, also known as Fly. That is Laniara, Adair, Joti, Maya, and Takehu. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, and I shall see you all next time.